What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Wiffle Ball video. It is me, Dynamic, here, back on my second channel with Dynamic Discussions, and today we're going to be talking about the NWA Wiffle Ball League, aka the National Wiffle Ball Association. Now, this is a league I've had my eye on for a while, but never really truly got into their videos too much, but I think I can confidently say that this is one of the, if not the best league that is not MLW on YouTube right now for Wiffle Ball. Or maybe it's not, but it is definitely my favorite as of right now. I've been going back, binge watching some of their videos, some of their games, getting into the league, and I have a lot of good things to say about it, so I figured why not do that on this channel and then also give you guys some of my opinions, because I know in the comments on my main channel, even on this channel, I've gotten comments to talk about other leagues, so this is really the first time I'm ever going to be doing that. But if you guys like more of this, definitely comment down below a different league for me to check out, and I will do so. But without further ado, let's get to talking about NWA. Now, the first thing you're going to notice about NWA, if you are an MLW fan, is how similar the videos are to MLW. All of their games just have the last pitch of every at-bat, so the content is very easy and digestible to watch. They have mic'd up sessions, the teams and interviews that they do before the game are very familiar, and obviously, if you didn't know, the league is ran by Pat Baalman, who is a big name in the MLW, so it's not really surprising to see the inspiration that Pat got from MLW, but I think they run this league very well. There are 6 teams, each consisting of at least 3 players, if not more, and they do kind of play in multiple fields. They just released the Wiffle Ball in Iowa video, which was released I think about 3 or 4 days ago, and that video was pretty interesting. Now, this league also has John Paul Gunn, who is an MLW name. If you guys watch my main channel, you'll definitely know who that is. And he is a really, really good player in this league. He's one of those guys that are the ace for this team called RGCV, and he works really well in this league. I think it's kind of interesting to see him go back and forth, especially him and Pat back in these 2 leagues, and just see what they're able to do. But I will say from this league, even though there are only 2 MLW players in it, I would not be surprised if we start seeing a lot more guys drafted from this league into the MLW. Guys like Caden Rice or Josh Wheeler or even the Livingston brothers are people that I think could actually fit really well into MLW. Now, it all depends on how they play during these tournaments, on how they play for the rest of NWA. But I just think it's kind of interesting to look at these players and think, hey, maybe they have a shot at making it into the MLW. You never really know, especially since Pat Baalman and John Paul Gunn, they're not fully developed yet, but I'd say as of right now, they've definitely panned out and showed signs that they could have major success in the MLW. So once again, that's just another thing to look at. Now, I want to kind of switch the video topic just a bit and talk about how MLW fans really feel about these extra leagues, about these secondary things that MLW runs to draft players, because I think MLW has a chance to really put a lot of different eggs into different baskets for leagues like NWA, and also there are other leagues out there that have a lot of talent and guys with a lot of availability who want to play in the MLW. So I think it would make sense for the MLW to start kind of promoting these leagues a little bit more, and maybe if not promoting, maybe doing a video where maybe they show video from the Wiffle and the Mitten tournament and kind of give you a good idea of who might be going into the league next year. Now, that's just another extra idea, but I think NWA is a perfect example of MLW fans who really want to watch good wiffle ball and they want to see what it looks like not in the MLW. I think this is a good place to start. Their videos are very digestible. They have well-known MLW names and they kind of play in that area with those rules. So I think it is very close. Now, I'm going to take another time in the video to kind of mention some of the criticisms I have of this league, though there aren't many, especially compared to other wiffle ball leagues. So these things are really minor and kind of touch and go, but I think that they are worth it to point out just in case there's anyone who kind of has these non-negotiables about wiffle ball. I'm going to point out some of the things that I don't really love about the league. So the first thing I will say is that the talent coming into this league is definitely not as good as MLW. It is a little worse. You see some guys make some boneheaded plays that probably wouldn't really fly in MLW. And another thing I will say is I think the fielding is much worse. It's probably the biggest standout compared to MLW. You see guys in MLW make incredible plays, but when somebody in MLW makes a bad play, you kind of think to yourself, how do they make that play? Well, I've noticed in NWA, there are a lot of bad plays being made. A lot of people that don't really throw the ball to first super well, they can't field super cleanly. And don't get me wrong, occasionally you'll see an amazing play made by one of the players in this league, but I think overall, consistently, the fielding is not as good. One more thing I will mention that I don't love about the league is sometimes they do these mic'd up sessions, kind of like MLW does, but in my opinion, they're just not as interesting because the players in the league don't really have the personality that MLW does. And once again, that's not a knock on the players, that's just the league not really being as big as MLW. So a mic'd up section could kind of seem like something that, at least for me when I watch these videos, I sort of seem to skip or kind of turn my brain off to. But those are really just the two main things. I mean, everything else in this league is pretty good. Everyone has pretty good effort. The editing is amazing. Pat does an amazing job getting these guys involved. And overall, if those are my two criticisms, that the fielding is just okay and that I'm not a huge fan of the mic'd up sections, then that means that this league is in really, really good shape. The jerseys look amazing. I really like the standings. I like that there's only 6 teams in the league. They didn't try and overdo it a lot. So a lot of good things coming from this league. I will leave the link down in the description to watch it for sure. And that is it for this video. Make sure, if you guys haven't already, go to my main channel and subscribe. But if you've done that, subscribe on this channel, man. We only got 50 subs, but I feel pretty good about it. I'm excited for what this channel has in store, and thank y'all for subscribing, for watching. Comment down below what other league you think I should make a video on, and peace.